Casa was more than I expected. I was a little bit nervous thinking, okay, I don't speak Spanish. How am I going to communicate with the kids? And it just works out. Everybody said it would, and it just works out. And, it's just so much fun. And it's a lot of work. I mean, there were times where we worked very hard, but in the afternoons when we got to just be with the kids and play with them and it really surprised me in how accepting they are to the Americans. And, we're strangers. Some of us are strangers. They didn't know me. But that didn't stop them from wanting to play with us and love on us. And
I was really, really touched by how much they loved us, even without us speaking their language, and how much you could make them happy just with such little things, just like by watching them jump rope, or by watching my Anna like to do magic tricks, and like just anything like that.
It's amazing also when you get there, you can feel all the love from the kids. It's like once you get there, it's like receiving or walking or standing in front of a big tsunami of love from all the kids.
It was Matthew and my first time to go to Casa, and it was a real blessing. It was an opportunity to give unconditional love and see the best and the worst in people. And when I say worst, I mean the circumstances of people who don't have as much as we do.
Whenever we're there, they get more love than usual, and they get more attention and more care, and so it kind of hurt to think that we're gonna leave and they're just gonna kind of be alone again with the people who are used to them and always there.
We have been there for 3 times, and we feel very blessed to be part of this group. Every time we go, we feel very honored to be able to help, to be able to be with the kids more than anything. It's beautiful to be with them, and you feel connected with them.
I think one of the things that I love the most about going to Casa, I think this was our 5th time, and it's almost like it's the first time every time. Hearing Rachel talk at our Devo one night about just this connection she made with this little girl, and this is her first time, and just there wasn't a dry around the room because she was so impacted by this child, and the impact she had on that child. I mean, it's something that you have to assume that little girl will never forget. But I think even more so, the impact the little girl had on Rachel was a beautiful thing to see.
I was touched by a lot of people, but there was one girl in specific. Her name is Anna, and she had just gotten there the Monday before we got there. And the new kids are pretty scared, and who knows what situation they were just taken out of, and they don't know anybody. And so I was kind of drawn to her, and she wasn't as happy and energetic as all the rest of them. And so I kind of made it my job to make her happy. Throughout the week, I got more connected to her, and just seeing her all the time and feeling like if I left, there wouldn't be as many people to make her happy all the time, and not as many people who cared enough to try and make her feel comfortable and really, really loved. So it really hurt. There was one day in the week when I just lost it because I felt like I was abandoning them. And I wrote her a letter to make sure that she knew I was coming back.
At the end of the Casa trip, everybody was so emotional, and there was a little girl named Yoseline, and I showed her something that I could do, and then she kept, I can suck my nose like this. Oh. And I showed her that I could do that, and then she always pinched my nose wanting me to do it. and it was so funny. Every time I or she saw me, she would come up to me and try to make me do it.
Being in contact with the kids, feeling their warmth, feeling their heart, feeling connected with them, it's God's gift, and there is no words to explain it. There is no words.